Okay, y'all are gonna think that this is the most disgusting thing in the world, or maybe you'll think that we're going back to grandmother's age and we're doing things the way they should be, but either way, I am super excited about this one. So a couple nights ago, we made a whole chicken for dinner, roasted it in the oven, sauteed some zucchini to go along with it. We ate that for dinner. I had leftovers and made a chicken salad out of the shredded leftover chicken the next day for lunch. So I love a roasted chicken because you can seriously get so many meals out of it. But then I dumped all the bones. So I had saved a few bones in the freezer. So I had about 1.5 whole chicken carcasses. Threw that in the Instant Pot for my bone broth recipe, except I actually didn't have any frozen vegetable scraps. So this time I just made it bones, water, some apple cider vinegar, and that sat in the Instant Pot for 120 minutes on manual. I strained that out, let that cool. Then I went for a whole other round, filled it up with the same bones, filled it up with more water, some more apple cider vinegar, and did another round of broth. So I got 2 huge bags of bone broth, and I'm super excited about this. This is going in the deep freezer. I actually already have a bag about this size of bone broth pucks, and you can watch in another video that I have. I'll link it in the comments below about how I make bone broth and how I store it in silicone muffin tins. So this makes it really easy to grab however much you need for a recipe. But today I went a step further. I had seen on the internet that you could actually use your bones after making bone broth into a homemade fertilizer for your garden. So that's what I did. I actually took all of the bones. So let me explain how you do this. And I'm gonna put the exact recipe down below. I made bone meal. Looks like dirt, but this is actually ground up dehydrated bones. So because I didn't have any veggies in there, which I think you can totally do this even if you do have veggies in your bone broth stock, I put the Instant Pot part in the fridge, let them totally cool off overnight. This morning I took them back out. I scraped off any of the skin, leftover chicken, any of the fat, and tried to get as much of all that stuff off the bones as possible. Laid them on a baking sheet, and I baked it in the oven at 450 Fahrenheit for about an hour. I let those completely cool. I just threw them in the food processor, and now I have bone meal, which is kind of disgusting if you think about it. But it's supposed to be great fertilizer for your garden. That's what I'm gonna use it for. I'm going to sprinkle it. You could just literally sprinkle it all over the soil. Again, I'm gonna link an article down below that you can read and get the full recipe as well as the method that you can use, how to use it, but it's full of really great nutrients, which, think about it, of course it's full of great nutrients. I just got a ton in my gelatinous bone broth, and now I'm using the rest of the nutrients in it for my garden. And I also want to note, I got chicken feet from a farm in Pennsylvania. I order my raw milk and cream from there, and I also added on some chicken feet. So I added about 4 or 5 chicken feet to the bone broth. It was super gelatinous this time, which is excellent. So I definitely threw those into the bone meal as well. And I'm just excited about this, and I wanted to share it with you because I thought this is such an awesome way to use the whole animal. What a wonderful way for this chicken to have given its life. Hopefully no one comes after me in the comments for this, but we eat meat, we love meat. It's a great, I think this was either a Butcher Box whole chicken or it was a Wild Pastures whole chicken. I can't remember which one it was, but either way, excellent quality, obviously humanely raised and butchered, totally, like, you know, all the things on great quality. And we ate it for dinner, we ate some chicken for lunch, so we got 2 meals out of it. I got a ton, I mean, goodness gracious. This is gonna last a pretty long time. A ton of bone broth from it, and then now I'm gonna feed my garden and start the cycle over again with creating more food. I'm just like, I think my dreams just came true today. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe. I love talking all things homemaking, my journey to making an inner city homestead, our ministry and life here in the inner city, and follow along for that journey.